Will there be a Valorant Netflix show? Well, the answer is possibly, and it's very likely, in fact, and I'll go through some of those details with you throughout the course of this video. But before we get into it, my name is Grant Hines, and this is Valorant Unlocked. Just a reminder for all the South African Valorant players, there is a South African Valorant Discord. I'm going to include a link in the description below. Go check that out and make sure that you are a member of the community. And also, I've been live streaming a ton of gameplay. So all the gameplay that you've been watching in this video are clips from some of the gameplay of my live streams that I do over on Twitch. So make sure that you go give the channel a follow over there, and potentially on YouTube as well. I want to know from you, do you think I should be streaming to YouTube or should I be streaming to Twitch? All the footage is from the South African servers, so if you're a Valorant player in South Africa, some of this footage might be yours. If you've ever watched Arcane, it was Riot Games' League of Legends inspired Netflix show. It was some of the best animation that I have ever seen in a animated series, arguably an animated production. Into the Spider-Verse kind of probably takes the cake there, but it's so beautiful and beautifully stylized. And it just got me wondering when I watched it, like, would there ever be a Valorant TV show of its own? I mean, they have a relationship with Netflix, Riot Games. I think it was a massive success for a TV show. I don't know if it was a financial success or not. And that is kind of where the cookie crumbles. And that is probably one of the most important metrics, whether or not we're going to actually see a Valorant TV show. If Arcane was financially successful, then it's very likely Valorant will get one, because companies like money. And TV shows that make money, companies like them. But more importantly, IP is very important. IP means intellectual property, and I've actually worked in animation in the past. My first job was as an animator, was actually a storyboard artist for an animation here in South Africa. The intellectual property is the key for a business to make money. When you own something like Valorant, it's not just the game or the battle pass that is making money. It's the licensing deals for merch, for backpacks, for t-shirts. It's the licensing deals to Netflix to make the TV series off the back of the game and off the popularity of the game. But all of those things feed within each other. So not only do you make money from all of these different spokes of the wheel, but you also make money because the name of the product becomes more valuable. That Valorant becomes more important and more sought after, and you want to be able to create that. So even if Arcane wasn't successful financially, there is another incentive. Like maybe it picked up players, or maybe the player base pickup was so valuable that they earn more off of in-game purchases because of Arcane, that it made sense to do that, and they had their costs covered. So there is an importance in proliferating your intellectual property. The business side of it aside, I mean, Valorant would make a really cool show. Like, there's really amazing characters in this series. They are very compelling. I think Overwatch's characters are more compelling, and I do feel that Overwatch is probably going to be a more likely take for a TV show. But guess what? Blizzard have been dropping the ball a lot lately, and Riot have really been, doing the best when it comes to making sure that their games are as good as they can be, and listening to their audience, and then just caring about their intellectual property in this new media landscape. So I really think that there's a good chance that Valorant is going to get a TV show over Overwatch, and those characters in Valorant are awesome. I want to see a little bit more depth, than just the tidbits that we get in game and some of the peripheral storytelling that we see. The last time we actually heard anything official from them was from the creative director. His name is David Nottingham. And he addressed something in the Ask Valorant blog. This was in May 19, 2022, so like last year. He just basically said, Arcane was amazing. We'd be lying if we claimed not to have hopes and dreams of one day delivering something of that stature in the Valorant universe. But wow, our League of Legends cousins set an insanely high bar with the series. From the outset, we set out to create an expansive universe with a depth of characters to support any potential future experiences that we believe players would want, including premium entertainment. And that's what I was saying. Like, it's about making sure that they can expand the kingdom. But he continues, don't expect anything too soon. We're going to remain hyper-focused on the game for quite some time, and we have plenty that we still want to do to keep expanding the universe in support of the Valorant game. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here, but this was over a year ago. And a lot has happened in that time frame. And this is why I think that we might be seeing a Valorant TV show and getting announced or getting spoken about in the near future. There's a lot of radio silence from the team since this announcement, which has been like a significant chunk of time. And that often means that they're working on something that's too valuable for them to actually like release. And there's a marketing schedule where they will talk about the game when they want to talk about it, or talk about the TV series when it's appropriate for the company to talk about it. So they might be waiting now for like a comms, a communication plan to speak to us as viewers and as fans of the show and fans of the game. Yo, I'm getting the 2 middle up TV show, video game. But because of that radio silence, it's got me suspicious right now. It's got me thinking this is a lot further along than we think it is, and that there would potentially be some kind of teaser trailer or something in the next couple of months or year, which would be very, very exciting. They are in a very strong place, Riot, when it comes to making sure that Valorant is going to blow up. CSGO 2 has come out. That's probably one of the biggest competitors, and as well as Overwatch 2. And Overwatch 2 is kind of dropping the ball, and they need to steal some of the limelight back from CSGO 2. And this would be a great way to do that. And when people care about your characters and they care about the game, when they're playing it with their friends, you get emotionally involved in a sense. You know, when you boot up your computer and you want to play a game, this is the one that you think about. They don't want you to think about CSGO. They want you to think about Valorant. And part of that is just making sure that there's lots of really exciting media outside of the game that is supporting the universe and the game in ways that make you think about it, you know, and keep thinking about it, keeping it top of mind is what they say in marketing speak. And it happened with League of Legends. Like after Arcane, I actually booted up League of Legends myself to play a little bit so that I could get a little bit more into that universe and get to know a little bit more. And lastly, something else has cropped up, and I'm not 100% sure if this is just me being super suspicious or what, but if you go to IMDb, Valorant is listed as a TV series starting from 2020, which obviously is the game launch date. So like my thinking is that the game has been listed on IMDb as a TV series. So they're starting to list content on IMDb potentially, and the fact that they've booked the slots might mean something, but it's unlikely to be called Valorant, right? It's going to be like League of Legends was Arcane. It would be like a spin-off of the game. We'll see how this pans out. I'm really excited to see a Valorant show. I really like the art style. I really like the characters. I really think that there's something very exciting that could flourish from having a strong Netflix or Prime Video or whatever, like on-demand TV series. Probably going to be Netflix because they have that existing relationship with them. What do you think? Are you excited for a Valorant game? And if you're new to the channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We've got a bunch of content that's coming out that we've just released as well. I'm very proud of the space. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
One enemy remaining.
You do this.
30 seconds left.
Oh, you're so frustrated.
But I could not help myself.
Mwah. Free throw.